Hey guys, Darren here. Welcome to Mayhem Country Living. I'm going to show you what we're working on today. The thing I love about hydroponics is because I'm always learning something. I've been doing it for a year or two now, and I still learn something every time I come down here and just look and watch and see how well this thing is going. One of the things I will tell you that I have learned recently is if I have my plants that are in soil and I get some infected soil that is got some creepy crawlies in it, parasites, they will migrate quickly to my hydroponics setup. So in the future, I may do two small areas kind of separate because I have not done any treating for pests other than a little bit of dilute hydrogen peroxide on the aphids. Aphids is what I got. Holy cow, we got aphids. And the system is actually a beautiful system because even though we are in a room, in a basement, sealed up, it's middle of winter. This is January. In response to the aphids, all of a sudden I had ladybugs come in. Thought it was really cool. Now I'm gonna put us in some light and we're gonna look at this plant here. This is an aphid infestation, and you can see their little droppings all around here. And this was the basil that I had going. Basil was doing fairly well. We figured out the problem with the with algae. It's just kind of the way it is with hydroponics system. The kick in the butt is you have to balance out growing a plant the whole time you're trying to keep another plant from growing the algae. So it's really interesting. Now, I always like to experiment, and I always say experiment when you don't have when you're not betting the farm on this, or that is to say that you don't need this to eat. What we're going to do is we're going to take out all of the hydroponic systems. We're going to take all the equipment outside. We're going to spray it down with chlorine, a dilute chlorine solution. We're going to soak all of the net cups. We're going to spray the walls down inside the reflective area. We're going to spray the lights, and we're going to spray the tabletop, and we're going to let it sit. And then we're going to come back probably right at when it's time for us to plant. For me, I'm going to start plants February, maybe the second week of February, indoors, inside. I've already started some to just kind of go along and you know, help this recover. But we're going to clean everything, and then we will completely revamp the hydroponic system. Initially, I think the problem I had with the algae was brought on by the heaters that I got, which were used, and they were covered in dried, dead algae. I soaked them, of course, but I think that's what really caused a heck of a bloom, because I'd only had a very small problem with algae, and just a couple of capfuls of peroxide would take care of that problem. But then I had the problem with my soil plants that are in soil. We're going to redo a lot of this stuff, so it should be interesting. But we're going to completely take it down. Like I said, the only plants I'm going to have in here are the ones that I'm germinating now in seed trays on seed mats, and some of the other ones I've gotten, like, hang on, I'll show you this one. It's one of our beefsteak tomatoes, and you can see it's doing pretty well. I'm going to replant this thing today, and I'll probably will plant it, you know, they grow, they have the ability to grow So I will probably replant it up to here and just give it a better root system. So this is just something I've been doing. The pest infestation was a kick in the butt, but it was good. I learned some of the stuff to do to treat, and I'm looking at them over on the side there. But we are going to get started. We're going to drain everything. I might even get new covers for my hydroponics tanks, because that is a foam board and it could be porous enough to hold some spores. So we will see. We will see. I try to do this on the cheap, but there's a point when cheap just don't cut it. So I'm going to wrap this up, and there we go. I'm going to get started on this. I just wanted to give you guys an update, and we'll show you all the stuff that's going in the soil in another video. We got a whole bunch of seeds. I'll do a separate video on those as well. Show you what we're getting ready to start doing out in the garden. Take care of you people.